magic. I need this book to be a Netflix series. Somebody make it happen! What is up? I am back with another book review, and yes, it is another children's book. I'm not apologizing. Fight me. Today we are going to be looking at The School for Good and Evil. This is the first book in a series of 6 books, and it was written by Soman Shinani. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. As well as being the writer of the series, he is also a film director in New York. He is also a die-hard tennis player, and according to his website, he never lost a first-round match for 10 years. Until he started writing The School for Good and Evil. Now he loses all the time. So what the heck is this book all about? Well, let me tell you. Every 4 years, 2 children are kidnapped from the village of Gavaldon to be taken to the School for Good and Evil. One school teaches you how to be a pretty princess. The other one teaches you how to properly cook and eat children. Sounds like a good time. It is a place where children are taken to train to become masters of their own fairy tale, and one day be written into the book of fairy tales for all of the other children to read about. And little Sophie is so positive that she is going to be chosen to go for the School for Good. And she is even more positive that her friend Agatha is going to be chosen with her to go to the School for Evil. Why? Because they both check off all the stereotypical boxes. Sophie loves the color pink, she loves to be beautiful, and she's absolutely sure she has the purest soul in all of Gavaldon. Meanwhile, Agatha wears black all the time and lives next to a cemetery, talks to no one, and once gave Sophie a dead frog for her birthday. Yay. And surprise, surprise, they both get kidnapped by the schoolmaster. But here's the twist. They both get dropped off at the wrong schools. Agatha goes to the School for Good, and Sophie is sent to the School for Evil. That can't be right. Sophie is now determined to prove to everyone that there has been a mistake and that they need to switch places. However, Agatha has discovered some dark secrets about the school and has to now convince Sophie to escape back home with her before something really bad happens. Now, here are my thoughts. This was like Disney and Harry Potter had a baby. It was such a fun clash of life or death stakes, but also social stakes are a thing as well. This was fighting evil forces, but also there's high school drama involved. You think having no one ask you to the dance is scary? Try having your life literally depend on it. Literally. The princesses are actually graded on who asks them to the dance. That's a thing! If nobody asks them, you fail. You fail the school. And trust me, you do not want to fail at this school. There be punishments. There be dark, medieval punishments. Let's talk about the characters. The characters, oh boy. Sophie and Agatha. I love their dynamic. Their relationship with each other is very much like Glinda and Elphaba. It's that kind of dynamic. Or a Roman and Virgil kind of dynamic if you get that reference. Please comment below if you get that reference. And if you don't, why are you not watching Thomas Anders? Anyways, if you are a fan of big character development, character arches, as am I, this is a good book. Nothing gives me more joy than seeing a character who is completely used to one thing now being forced into a whole new setting and hating every minute of it. Sophie, who loves everything that is pink and is beautiful and sparkly, has now been downgraded to all black. She goes to uglification classes and eats mealworms every day. Her skincare routine is completely messed up. Her hair is frizzy. She can't have that. That's not okay. Meanwhile, Agatha is learning how to properly wear heels, walk straight with books on her head, and talking to boys as part of the curriculum. What? Honestly, I feel Agatha's pain on a personal level. Nothing is scarier than the idea of your grade depending on your social status. I would be dead. I would be so dead. They would fail me so fast. They would. Anyways, characters, 5 stars. Plot, 4 stars. 4.5 stars. Sure. There were so many turning points. I just felt like I was watching a fairy tale soap opera in a good way. I'll say one thing, I was never bored. There was always something new and weird happening. Adventure was around every corner, and of course it had its funny moments as well. It's so quirky and it's so just surprising. Like, I was always being surprised by things. So it was an adventure. It was humorous. It was clever and creative. But here's my favorite part about this book. This is why I really, really liked this book. So many things happened that I did not see coming. It defied all of my expectations. So many things happened that I did not see coming. And not only did it defy my expectations, one of its biggest themes was defying what is expected of us. All of Sophie and Agatha's classmates believed that they were put in the wrong schools and expected them to act accordingly. They expected them to fail at the schools they were put into. And all of the students at the school are expected to do great by following the rules that they were given. The prince always saves the princess, and evil doesn't get to have love. If you can't make your way to the top, then you're only worth being the henchman or the animal sidekick of the story. Survival of the fittest. And the moment you step out of that school, your story is already being written for you. Your fate is sealed. But these two girls find so many ways to go against what is expected of them and write their own end to their story, showing all of their classmates and teachers that not everything is black and white. No one is completely good or completely evil, and princesses can save themselves. And the ending certainly had me shook. I was not ready for it. And if you want to know what happened, I'm not going to say because this is spoiler free, so you're just going to have to read it for yourself. Haha. There's a hair in my mouth. But in all seriousness, I love this book so much. Like, I want to read it to my kids. I want them to hear this story because I think that the lesson is so important. The sequel is on my reading list for sure, as well as the other 5. I have a lot of reading to do. So that concludes my review. If you would like to see another video that includes spoilers where I rant the heck out of this book, I will totally do that, but only if you're interested. So give this video a like if you're interested. If you have read this book, please leave a comment below telling me what you thought of it because I love a good discussion. If you haven't read it and would like to, click on the link in the description down below so you can order a copy for yourself. I will also include a link to the book's website where you can read even more about the series. You can read a Q&A with the author, and you can even take a quiz to see if you would end up in the school for good or the school for evil. I might take that quiz myself because it looks like a lot of fun. Where's my phone? I need it. I need my phone! And before I head out, the word of the day is imponderabilia. It is a plural noun, and it means things that cannot be precisely determined, measured, or evaluated. That is it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when I upload again. Also, go check out my personal channel and subscribe to that. Go read a book, maybe write one. Life is magical. Adios! The other one teaches you how to properly eat and cook children. Cook and eat children. I messed it up. This book was... What are words today? I don't know. You think not having anyone... You think not having anyone to go to the dance to? Yep, that's grammar. If you were a big fan of character... If you were a fan... One more time. If you were a big fan of... and write the own and I can English. Give me a minute. If you eyeball, something in my eyeball. Check out my personal channel. And cut.